Hello, is this the STARBOY?
Hello.
Hashtag EASYMONEY, Manel Prodigio Cape?
Thank you. Now you can hear me very well?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly, Manel. I can hear you. I know that you got a lot of things to deal with, especially considering the fact that you're going into the biggest fight of your career. So that's got to be something.
Yes, the big fight.
Mm-hmm. But before I get off into all that, I mean, I just have to, get this off my chest. You are 26 years old. You were born on November the 14th, 1993 in Oporto, Portugal, of Angolan Portuguese descent.
No, I born in Angola, in Luanda.
Oh.
But, yes, in Luanda, Angola, Africa.
My bad. I understand, because I know that you are of Angolan Portuguese descent, but...
Yeah, but I left Angola very early. I was 3 years old. So I live in Portugal all my life,
I can understand that. But growing up, how you grew up, how was it
Yes.
My apologies again. I'm sorry for kind of stepping on my own words here, but growing up, how you grew up, what was it like, to try and get into combat sports from the offset, so to speak?
I started in this sport when I was 4 years old. 4 years old, because my father is a world champion boxing. So I start very early the sports combat in Portugal. I started in Portugal because my father is a big fighter in Portugal, in Angola too. So I started in MMA very early.
I mean, come to think of it, from the looks of your record on Tapology, and that's where I'm looking at your record from, it says that you started as a professional at the age of 19. I mean, did you at least get a chance to... Well, actually,
no, in 19. No. I start MMA. I start MMA amateur first. I have amateur first with my 15 years old. 15 years old, I start fight. I have a lot of fight, 10 or 12 fights in the amateur. Then my first fight, professional, I was 17 or 18. 18, not 19. It's wrong.
My bad. But what was your amateur record?
10-0. 10-0.
Oh, undefeated. I mean, you probably didn't feel too nervous going into the amateur ranks, right?
Yes. I have 10-0 in amateur fighters. I start in Portugal and I have two trophies. Then the best fighter in Portugal, amateur fighter.
I see. But when you started your professional career, you started your career off 4-0 before losing your first fight against Sok Kamspasat, I think, for knockout championship.
Yes. No, my first fight, first professional fighter, I start with my 18 years old, I think. 18 years old.
18. Because it happened back on May... Because your first professional fight happened back on May 13th, 2012.
Yes, right. Right.
But still, you started off your career 4-0 before the speed bump to Sok Kamspasat. I mean, did you feel any confidence going into those first 4 fights, knowing that you were gonna breeze through the competition?
Sorry, I didn't understand. What?
Basically, you went 4-1 in your first 5 fights. Did you feel any kind of nervousness at all going into those first fights, knowing that
No, because I don't feel any nervous because I start very early this sport. I know that every fight is different fight, but I don't feel this nervous in my first fight because I have a lot of fighters in jiu-jitsu, in the MMA amateur, in boxing when I was kid. So I don't feel this nervous. I know it's like. I know what I will do, I do this many times, so I don't feel this nervous. It's just professional. It don't change nothing,
Mm-hmm.
For me, don't change nothing. For me, don't change nothing. Uh-huh.
Understood. And after that loss to Soak, you tacked on an additional 5 more wins to go 9-1 in your career before getting that call from not only the RIZIN Fighting Federation, but EFC Worldwide as well, and XFC. Well, actually, no, not EFC Worldwide, but BAMA, XFC International, and RIZIN all came, calling, wanting you to challenge for their promotions. Now, when it came down to the 2 fights, the one that you were supposed to have had in Bama and the one that you were supposed to have had down in Brazil for XFC International, did you think that those opportunities were like easy ways for you to get a chance to showcase yourself to the world, or did you think, nah, there was a better thing happening for me?
No, I think that it's better wait for something better, but these fights don't happen because I have some injuries. This my first fight is injuries, so in Bama and something. In Bama is about the documents for travel because my coach think that I don't need visa because I live in Europe so long time, but I was need for leave because I have Angola passport, so they don't know about this, so we don't fight in Bama because my documents, So, but in the other fight, I have some injuries in my knee, so I don't fight. But it's better that this happened because I choose better way for fighting RIZIN. I think it's much better than fighting other organizations before, for sure.
I see. And with that, I mean, the canceled bouts on your record, that led to an over 3-year absence between May of 2014 and the autumn of 2017 that caused you to miss out on important opportunities in the fight game.
Yeah, no, so what I talk that I still recover my injuries. I think I don't fight 1 year or 2 years, I don't remember. But I'm feel good that stop because I know that I'm young, so I feel that I need to recover a little bit and come back more strong. So I think this not affect in my career and nothing. Just relax and training more easy.
Especially because of the fact that it gives you more time to boost up, especially given all that time off, because you don't want to rush into opportunities right away. Otherwise, you might regret.
Yes, right.
Now, when it came down to the RIZIN Bantamweight Grand Prix of 2017, you were pretty much a dark horse in that Grand Prix because nobody really expected you to not only excel in this tournament, they didn't expect you to be as big of a star as you were. Because if I remember correctly, you had that first fight against Urson Batman Yamamoto, and you basically had the cockiness of a young Floyd Mayweather. I mean,
I just try to be myself, not be like someone else. Just try to be myself. This is me when I skill. This is my personality when I start my fights. When I have 10 years old, when I start jiu-jitsu, this is me, not to be like other fighters, be someone else. No, just this is just me. It's really I never change.
Understood. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of folks of African descent around the world would take different, but still, when it came to the 2017 RIZIN Grand Prix, the RIZIN Bantamweight Grand Prix, you came in pretty much as an unexpected dark horse. Nobody really expected you to handle Ersin Yamamoto the way that you did, but you kicked him smooth off, blew a kiss to his mom, I think, Miyu Yamamoto, and all that shit changed. But then came the fight. But then came the fight that you had with Ian Uncle Creepy McCall. He obviously was a veteran of Tachi Palace fights and a veteran of the UFC's flyweight division. But before the fight happened, did you think that you were probably not going to have the odds in your favor?
No, every fight that I have, I'm thinking that I'm the best. You understand? I'm the favorite fighter for this fight. I know that I will win. So against one McCall, I just make some good strategy. I know that these guys in this game cannot go with me in the mind games. You understand? They are so whack in this game. So this game is very ruthless for him. So I know that he have some good experience. So I need to go for other way, not to just go with the fight. I know that he come for fight. I don't come for fight. I come for make some game. I'm very smart, more smart than him, so I need to play with him. I don't want to fight with nobody. I want to play with every fighter. So they come for kill me. I don't want to kill anybody. I just go for play. So I catch him. That's it. This is that happened. I catch him.
And that's what led to you kneeing his fucking mustache off and then having him getting cut by the rope, right?
Right. It's not easy. He talk about rope. It's not any rope that happened, you know. Everybody see that it's my knee in your face. So he start talk because rope, because I don't know, I think the commentator is talk about ropes, and then he accept that he's rope, but it's not rope. He see that it's my knee in your face. So for me, it doesn't matter. Let him talk. In Sherlock, see that he lose against me, so it doesn't matter.
Understood. So after those two victories against Yamamoto and obviously against Ian McCall, a couple of nights after the McCall fight, you ended up facing off against Kyoji Horiguchi, and even though you put up a valiant effort, you still lost via head and arm choke submission and came out of that Grand Prix as the runner-up. I mean, did you feel that you could have possibly have beaten Kyoji Horiguchi the first time around?
Of course, in the first time I feel that have some moments in the last round that I feel that I make him a little bit knockout him, and he start to run away from me. I feel that he don't want more fight and stand up. So when he take me down, I lost a little bit my hope. I think I lost my hope because I feel that this is the moment for knockout him, but I lost my hope. But like I'm saying before, I never lose in RIZIN. Every time I win and I learn. I win and I learn. I win and I learn. So for me, don't have lose. So every time when people talk about lose, I learn. You understand? For me, it doesn't matter. I grown up. I'm much better now. So now it's time for making master class for everybody.
And speaking of a matter of winning and learning, I mean, in the next fight, after the Horiguchi fight, you fought Kai Asakura the first time at RIZIN 10, which was on the same fight card where Kyoji Horiguchi knocked Ian McCall into retirement in 9 seconds. But the fight that you had with Kai Asakura that first time around, I mean, I was watching it live just like everybody else on the FITE TV app, thinking that you were probably winning that fight. But then, it's something, I don't know if it was the third round, if it was due to too much taunting, if it was basically because you said, hey, Asakura's a bitch, hey. But did you feel that there was something wrong about that particular fight and why you couldn't close Kai Asakura out?
I feel that I win. This is because he tried to catch me in the last round because he know that he lost this fight, so it is the time for he tried to hunt me. You know, he tried to hunt me. I feel that okay. It's better don't put me in dangerous situation. So I will provocation him a little bit. Then he come for hunt me, and I can punch him. So because I know that everything is clear, I show that I win. I win. So I don't know about these about the judges. This decision, it's very bad decision. It's very clear that I win this fight. So I don't know. I don't understand 100%. I don't understand the judges in this fight. I don't understand.
It's okay. A lot of people don't. A lot of people still, even after 20 some odd years of Japanese MMA being in the limelight with Pride, Shudo, Deep, and Dream, and now RIZIN. I mean, people still don't understand the whole judge system over in Japan. It's kind of crazy, to be honest.
It's crazy. I think that in Japan you need to be very clear in your victories. Submission or KO, you know. So you need domination very, very, very clear the fight. If you don't do this, I think you don't will win, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is
understood. But ever since the Kai Asakura fight, that first fight in May of 2018, you have gone 3-1 inside the RIZIN Fighting Federation ring, with a submission victory over Yusaku Nakamura and a couple of knockout victories over Seiichiro Ito and UFC and WEC veteran Takeya Mizugaki, aside from the loss to Yuta Oka Sasaki, which, of course, him going through a jaw injury, hopefully he'll recover quickly, but still, when it comes to that 3-1 record and the fact that the first fight that was announced for the RIZIN 20 card for the Bantamweight title was Horiguchi versus Kai Asakura, the rematch, did you feel kind of pissed off because you thought that you weren't going to be on the card, or this was just a blatant case of favoritism, or what?
no. I was a fight with someone in Bellator, you know. I think that I will represent RIZIN against Bellator, so it's good that this don't happen because Horiguchi have your injury in knee, so not have anybody in Bantamweight in RIZIN better than me for change Kyoji for fights, so they know about that. So they make this fight happen. It is the only fight that makes sense. If Horiguchi don't available for fights, so it's me, of course. Not have anybody in Bantamweight right that deserve more than me, that work more than me in this organization. So I have my opportunity. So I accepted this opportunity because this that I want so long time, and is good because it's against Asakura because I wanted this revenge so long time. So God hear my press and so bless me for give me this opportunity. So it's good.
That he has, and when it comes to this opportunity that you're going to have fighting for a world title on one of the biggest fight nights of the year, New Year's Eve, it should be a world fight holiday, not just a Japanese fight holiday. Do you realize that you're at least partially carrying African MMA on your shoulders? Because there's already champions that have solidified themselves from the continent of Africa, and Nigerian American Kamaru Usman and Nigerian Australian or Nigerian Kiwi Israel Adesanya. But do you feel that you, in a way, are carrying African MMA on your shoulders with this title fight?
So man, it's funny because so long time when I started my career, this sport, I every time I feel that I'm the best. So I know that one day this will happen. I know. So many times in the night I watch a lot of videos in YouTube about Mayweather's other fighters, about this lifestyle, about the world champion. So I know that one day this happen, you know. I know that one day this will be happen, but I don't know when, but I know that will happen. So when they give me this news that I will fight for belt, I just feel that this moment happened, you know. So long time that I wait for this, so now happen. Now my dream, all my goals come true, you know. It's very good, this feeling.
Understood. And when it comes to fighting on New Year's Eve, I know you fought on New Year's Eve twice before in the last couple of years, and you so far had an 0-2 record of fighting on New Year's Eve. But do you feel that when it comes down to fighting at any time, because you're 5-3 in RIZIN, that you get that urge to just want to compete instead of saying, hey, you know, I'm only here for the money, let me go ahead and handle my thing?
No, I'm not just fight for money. You know, of course money is important, and I'm lying if I say that I don't fight for money. Of course, I love money, man. I love it. But I love more this process. You know, this process, the training, the fight, the feel people. You know, that people know me. You know, I wanted that people know me, that they watch me. I want to show my talent. I know that I have a lot of talent, you know. So the most important that I want to show my talent, you know. I want to show the different kind of the fighter that can bring some emotion, you know, some pretty fight with a smart fight in the octagon or in the ring. So I want to show some beautiful game, you know. This is that I want to show for everybody, you know, that I'm the most smart fighter in the world, you know. This is that I want to show. I want to prove for everybody.
Understood. And I know that you talked about, you know, if you weren't going to be fighting on this card, this RIZIN 20 card, you were going to be facing off against somebody from Bellator. I just have to ask, when the whole Bellator Japan thing was originally announced, and it is announced that Fedor Emelianenko and Quentin Rampage Jackson will face off against each other 2 nights prior, I mean, what was your thoughts about that announcement? Do you think that you could possibly take on somebody from Bellator in the future?
I don't know. I don't think about this. I don't think about anyone else. Bellator, you know, this is other organization. I just think about me, you know. I'm in the RIZIN, so I will think about be the champion and state champion for a long time. This is what I'm thinking. Be champion and stay so long time with my belt. So this is what I'm thinking. I don't think about someone else in Bellator. I don't have nobody for think. These guys, they need think about me. I don't need think about anybody in Bellator, you know.
I see. And when it comes to fan questions, we have a fan question from Teep to the Junk on Twitter at TEEP2DJunk. When it comes down to you wearing wrestling shoes in the RIZIN ring, are you going to be wearing wrestling shoes for this rematch against Kai Asakura? And if there are any, what are the restrictions on techniques that the wrestling shoes bring with them?
No, I will fight with wrestling shoes because I have a lot of injuries in my foot, you know. So I don't wanna fight without shoes now because I have some injuries in the fight. I have bad injuries, so I wanna keep myself. I wanna keep my health good and stay more comfortable. The only restriction that they say that I cannot kick when the guy stay in the floor.
No kicking the head of a downed opponent with the shoes on.
No, yeah, with shoes I can't do this. But everything I can do with shoes, everything I can do. Just kicking the head when the guy stay in the floor, I cannot do. But everything I can do.
Understood. Now I have to ask a few questions that may seem off the grid. And this first one is basically obvious. Who is your favorite fighter?
My favorite fighter?
Yeah, your favorite fighter of all time is what I meant to ask.
It's me. My favorite fighter, it's me.
Oh, of course. I mean, in a way, you would probably be like Dave Chappelle saying who the best 5 rappers of all time are. And saying Dylan all over.
No, I'm not lying. My favorite fighter of all time, it's me. It's me. I like me so much, you know. I love me so much. I know that I have skills for be the pound for pound in the world. So I feel that in this job I'm the best, and I'm the best. It's me, my favorite fighter, you know.
Okay. If you didn't have professional MMA to fall back on, what would be your fallback plan?
Sorry, my background?
I mean, basically what I'm asking is, if you weren't a fully trained professional fighter, what would be your plan B? What would be your fallback plan?
My plan B. So now I have a good many talents. I was a football player, you know, soccer player. I can be football player now or more later. I play very good. I can be a master chef. I like cooking so much. I don't know. I like. I don't know. I can be a write bookers. I like so much books, so I can be many things. I have many plans. A, B, C, D. You know.
I mean, understood. It's always good to have an arsenal of plans in case one of them drops out.
Yeah, of course. I'm thinking about my future all the time.
Understood. When it comes to the craziness of combat sports, we recently had 4 boxers and 1 mixed martial artist from your native Portugal who have died in the ring or in the cage due to excessive head trauma or excessive punishment taken either prior to the weight cut on the scales or in the cage or in the ring. But what do you think would probably be the main thing going forward that MMA as a whole, mixed martial arts as a whole, would take as far as preventing those excessive shots to the head or excessive punishment taken in one fight?
For me, I think for me it doesn't matter. You know, every organization have your rules. You know, Rising have your rules like the last Pride shoots in the head. It's a little bit aggressive, you know, but I know I just stay for my job, you know. If they say that you need to shoot your head, I will shoot your head, you know.
Understood.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Understood. Now, when it comes to this potential fight, I mean, there's going to be a lot of interest. Hopefully a lot of interest riding on this fight because of who got replaced out of it. But when it comes to your future, I know that you said you're not worried about fighters from Bellator, but if you do win this fight and you get that call up from a North American promotion, it don't have to be Bellator or the UFC, but also it could be any promotion from around the world outside of RIZIN. Would you basically drop the RIZIN belt at a quick moment and take advantage of that opportunity, or would you basically say, Nobuyuki Sakakibara has done so damn much for me, I want to defend this title against all comers?
No, I feel good in Japan, I feel good in Japan. Japan is my home. So I don't think about other organization. I'm stay in Japan. I think stay so long time. So I'm not think about other ways about the fight, about this game, about fight. So I'm thinking just in Japan. It's my home, so I will stay so long time. I know I will stay so long time. Maybe till my retire. I don't know.
So you basically thinking that you're gonna be as big of a star in Japan that any African MMA fighter or any MMA fighter in general could ever be?
Yeah, 100%. I'm in this way. I'm in this way for be the best star in MMA in Japan, not just in Africa or Europe, but all the world. I want to be the biggest star in Japan than MMA.
Okay, understood. Now, I got a few more questions before I close this interview out. First of all, is there anything that you like to do in your spare time away from fighting or training for fights?
Yes, I like to do many things. I like to travel, read my books. I like stay tranquil, enjoy with my friends, listen many times music, and cook too much. Cook make me feel tranquility and calm, Yeah, this is what I like to do when I don't train, when I don't have fight.
Okay, I see. When it comes down to your choice of entrance music, I know that you've had many different choices when it came down to your RIZIN Fighting Federation career, but do you have any plans for how your entrance is going to be planned out for New Year's Eve, or what entrance theme that you're going to pick?
I don't think I don't think about this, but I need to think about in this week. I will think about some special music, some music very happy. I like feel happy. I like feeling the dance mood. So I like these musics, like dance, be tranquility and happy.
Understood. Is there any way for your fans to get in contact with you through social media?
Yeah, in the Instagram.
What is your Instagram handle?
My Instagram is Manel Kape. It's same than Twitter.
And as far as Facebook, you also have a page there too, huh?
Yes, I have the page. It's same name, Manel Kape. Everybody will see it's same. Then Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, it's same.
Understood. Another question I want to ask is, speaking of social media, Kai's brother Mikuru Asakura has a big YouTube following. I mean, do you care much for, YouTube blogs, or do you even plan on starting a potential YouTube blog for your fans?
Yeah, I was thinking about this in last year, but I need to go to Portugal, talk with some friends. They work very good in YouTube. I was thinking about this in last year, but maybe we'll do something very good for my fans. Follow me all this time. I will do something very good. Yeah, maybe maybe I start the next year, something like that.
I see. When it comes to your potential fight against Kai Asakura, the rematch for the RIZIN Bantamweight Championship of the world, what do you hope that people will learn about you from this fight compared to the first time you fought?
Everybody start to learn about me so much. I will show that I can be whatever I want. I can be a jiu-jitsu guy. I can be a wrestler guy. I can be a striker. I can change my game all this time. If I will feel that I'm in dangerous situation, I will change my game. I'm more smart than Kai. Kai just.
I mean, do you think that he's one-dimensional?
No, what I'm saying that I want to show for everybody that I'm more smart than all the fighters in the RIZIN. That I can be whatever I want. I can be a striker. I can be a jiu-jitsu or a wrestler guy. I don't will feel in any situation that Kai make me feel in danger. I can change my game. I know because Kai is just a tough guy. He's just a tough boy. He just want to strike. He don't have any smart game. He just do the same game. So I easily that want to show for everybody that I can be whatever I want in fight. I can choose any way, and I can make the fight go for my way. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. And one more question I want to ask is that, considering the fact that Kyoji Horiguchi was the dual champion of Bellator and of RIZIN this past year before suffering that ACL tear that's going to sit him out until September of next year, Bellator basically said that they're going to grant him the first title shot when he comes back to their promotion. Now, if you win the RIZIN Bantamweight title and have a few defenses under your belt by this time next year, would you be the first one to give Kyoji Horiguchi an opportunity to fight for his title when he comes back?
Of course, he will have the opportunity, but Kyoji is a pussy, man. Kyoji run away to fight because some injury in knee. I have a lot of injuries in my knee and my shoulder, but it's not because that I run away for fight. He don't want this too much. He lose again Kai, so he feels some fear. He accepted the fight first, then he said that heavy injuries. I don't believe in men's like this. So everybody have injuries in this sport. So if he have injuries, he can say before that he cannot fight. He's not accept first the fight, then he say that have injuries. So I can give you the rematch for him, but he's not the same. He's not the same guy. He's not the same.
Understood. And with that being said, do you have any messages for your fans and, any messages to the Japanese fans in particular who want to see this fight?
I'm so grateful for many Japanese support me. I'm so grateful, and I hope that they come for 31 December for watch. I want to see a lot of people, and I want to show my show because 31 December will be my show. You understand? This will be my card. So, arigatou gozaimasu.
And with that, even though I know my Portuguese is a bit rusty, and wishing you farewell, I say boa suerte, que a paz esteja con você. Good luck, may peace be with you, even though I know you're going to bring a whole hell of a lot of war to Saitama. And, when you bring that damn championship back home to Angola, or actually, no, you're training out of Thailand, aren't you?
Yes, I'll come back to Thailand, and then Portugal.
I see, but when you bring that title home, you're going to have a lot of fans enjoying you for what you have done. And hopefully you're going to inspire a lot more new fight fans to enjoy this sport.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for the interview too. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. I tried so hard trying to get this interview, but I'm just happy that you obliged, man. And when you do win, hopefully, if it's okay with you, would you mind doing another interview with me or with my podcast?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course, and I will show that my words is true. What I'm talking about.
All right. But other than that, it's been fun talking with you. Good luck on December 31st in Saitama. And a quick plug for those actually listening to this. You can catch the Kai Asakura Manel Kape 2 rematch on FITE TV, the FITE.tv app, and all cable, pay-per-view, and telco providers in North America. It's RIZIN 20. It's at the world-famous Saitama Super Arena in Saitama City, Saitama Prefecture, Japan, and it's going to happen New Year's Eve morning, December 31st at 1 a.m. Eastern Time in the U.S., or December 30th in the U.S. Pacific Time Zone at 10 p.m. Pacific. But other than that, again, you're welcome, Mr. Kape. Good luck in Saitama, sir.
Thank you so much. See you.
You're welcome. Anytime. Obrigado.